Where are you placing your authority? Who is commanding your reality? Who is being right now the leader of your reality? These are the three questions that I want you to make it to yourself, because I don't want you to start listening to more YouTube videos and just get overwhelmed with all the information. I want you to apply it. I want you to live it. I want you to live your greatness. I want you to live your uniqueness. I want you to you being you. I want you to live and fall in love with your own energy, with your own consciousness. That is actually the leader of your reality. Even when you think it's not, it's always. And today, this video, I'm going to be talking about identity, self leadership, and authority. And these are not rigid terms. People can think, oh, about self leadership, then, or authority, like that's not good. But it is. And if you want to be able to consciously create and select your reality and the version of you that you are, and the identity that you are, and the lifestyle that you get to be, and the way you think and the way you move, you have to ask yourself, who is having the authority in my reality? Who am I giving authority? Where am I giving leadership? Where is my authority? Where is my leadership placed upon? And I wanted to ask that because if you truly want to understand the power of consciousness of who you are, if you really want to remember who you are and how to create your reality and how reality creation and conscious manifestation happens, you have to know that the leadership is you, that the authority is you. Even when you think, oh, I'm giving authority over someone, over what they think about me, over this belief that I heard throughout 10 years of my life, you are still giving permission for that idea to be accepted in you, because you are the one that accept thing as true. You are the one that say this is the truth. Then you are the one that says, okay, this is the rule then of reality. You are the one that says, oh, I cannot have that. You are making that decision. Or this, you are the one that someone tells you something, oh, then that means that I'm not worthy of love, then that means that I'm unworthy. You are the one always giving the meaning, which means you are the leader of your reality. You are the only authority of your reality. And your consciousness is your reality. Everything that you get to experience happens in your consciousness. You are always just experiencing more and more of yourself. You are like experiencing different rooms. It's like your consciousness, it's this infinite palace with infinite windows that are versions and identities of you that have a new perspective, that have a different brand new perspective, a new lens on how to look at reality, how to look at yourself, what they accept as truth. And instead of that palace, you have infinite rooms, infinite windows. So when you have a desire, it's you going to a different room of your own consciousness. It's you going to look at life, at yourself, at your reality through a different window. That's why it's not about creating, it's just about experiencing and expanding more of yourself, more of your own consciousness, more of already exists. So this is something very important that people mistake, because they know and maybe already learned that, okay, manifestation and identity selection and shifting timelines, the shifting versions is just selecting a new version of you, and it's a decision, right? And people are like, okay, I've decided that I'm this version of me. I've decided that this is my reality now. But then they're still in a waiting room, waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to unfold, waiting for someone to tell them something, waiting for the money to fall, waiting for the clients to come, waiting for the body to change. So then they're like, oh, okay, this happens, then I am this. Okay, this is a confirmation that I am this version. This is a confirmation that I shifted timelines. This is a confirmation that, oh, I'm now this identity. I am this, what I said I am. No, you don't go to the waiting room. You don't need to stay there. You get to be in the creator room. And I learned this concept from another teacher that I love. So shout out to her. It's called the Rosie Life. I love her content. So she was saying these terms of the waiting room and the creator room, which I resonated so much, because when you understand that your decision is final, and that means that you're keeping a promise to yourself. When you say to someone, oh, I'm going to do that, I have your back, I got you, how do you respect your own words? How do you respect your own promise? Because if you always make a decision and then you're waiting for something to happen, oh, I'll make the decision. Okay, let's see if something happens. Let's see something unfold. You are in a waiting room. You're not in a creator room, and you're here to live as a creator. And it gets to be so much fun. I was just talking about this with a client of mine. She was just having so much fun being in a creator room, and she was just having so much fun understanding that sometimes she puts herself back in a waiting room, and then it's like, I don't need to be here. I'm putting myself here. I can leave it. And she even used this term of being a receiver 24/7. I am in the creator room 24/7. I get to choose, I get to decide, I get to love my own presence, I get to love my own energy, and I get to love being me. I get to love the way my mind thinks, I get to love the way I talk, I get to love what I create. And you start to understand, oh, I don't wait for anything to happen to prove to myself that I am what I said I am, to prove to myself that I am my desired version, to prove to myself that I am the identity that I prefer, or that I am living now in the reality that I prefer. You don't need anything to prove to yourself. Your own decision, your own word is the proof, is the ultimate proof, is the rule of your reality. You have to understand that your decision is the mouth of God, right? Your decision is like God making that decision. Your decision is the consciousness commanding the human being, like, oh, we get to decide, we get to choose, and we get to decide. That's what we want now. That's what we feel excited to experience now. We want to go to that room of our consciousness. We want to experience that idea, that version of consciousness. So we just go there, and we don't wait for something to unfold to tell me that I'm that. I really was reflecting upon myself these last weeks, and it really landed on me on like, there's nothing that confirms to me that I am this, but only me. I don't wait for anyone to tell me. I don't wait for the clients. I don't wait for the followers. I don't wait for the money. I don't wait for the people. I choose me being the version that I prefer to be, me having the lifestyle that I prefer to be, me being the identity that I prefer to be. I get to be who I say I am, regardless of what I'm thinking, regardless of what I'm feeling. None of it matters, but my final decision, my final command, my final order, my final word. And your word is God, it's consciousness, it's creating. Your decision creates, the meaning you give creates. So when you are in a waiting room, you are all the time. And I want you to question yourself, where are you in a waiting room? Ask yourself now, where are you still waiting for something to happen to tell you that you are something? Where are you still waiting for some unfolding? Where are you still waiting for the divine timing? Where are you still waiting for signs to show up? All is your consciousness. The physical reality, it's a projection, it's a hologram of your consciousness. It's an expression of it, and it's moldable. It reshapes itself by your own decision, by your sustained decisions. So the moment you say, I am this, regardless of what I think, regardless of what I feel, this is who I am. I'm not waiting for any proof, for any unfolding, for anything to happen to be this. That is freedom. That is self-leadership. That is having full authority over your reality. Because if you're still waiting in a waiting room, you're always postponing. You're saying to yourself, oh, I'm not this version yet because that thing didn't happen yet. I'm not this yet because I didn't receive that word yet. I didn't receive that letter, that money yet. So you are choosing and selecting a timeline, a version of you. You're going into that room in your infinite consciousness palace of, oh, I want to be this, but I'm not that yet because this didn't unfold. So let me just wait here. Let me just wait. When is it coming? When is it coming? Let me just wait. Waiting for whom? Waiting for what? When all is your consciousness. So the moment you understand, my word gets to be final. My word, my decision gets to be final. I am who I say I am, and it doesn't matter. And we have to stop giving authority to our thoughts and to the beliefs that we think are limiting, which they are not, and to the emotions. Oh, I'm feeling like crap. Then that means that I'm not that. Why? You are the one making that decision. You are the one deciding to give that meaning. You are the one saying to making a decision and saying to yourself, oh, because I'm feeling like crap, I'm not that. What if I feel like this and I'm that anyway? I feel like this and I'm still whole, complete, and perfect because I'm consciousness. So I'm infinite. I'm unlimited. I am who I say I am. So this gets to be your reality. You start moving from leadership. You start moving with authority, and you start moving knowing who you are. So I want you to take all of this. I'm not going to make a longer video because you don't need more information. Everything is already within you, and I want you to ask yourself the right questions and being honest and just apply it and leave it. Like, you're here to live it. You're not here to consume more. You're here to live the life you love. You're here to be in love with you. You're not here to imitate. I don't want you to imitate my mindset. I don't want you to start speaking like me. I don't want you to say exactly what other people are saying and do exactly what they are doing. You get to do your own thing. You get to select your own rules, and you get to live the life that you select and that you love. And I want you to feel in love with you. And I want you to understand that you being you is God being you, is God in motion. So why do you want to be someone else? Because you are created. God created you to be you. God is being expressed by you. God is the actor, you are the character. So but you get to choose. Your ultimate identity is God. So you get to choose the characters, the identities, and everything, and you get to have fun with this. Don't take it as a serious thing. Oh, I'm putting myself in a waiting room, let's punish myself. No, move away from that. It doesn't matter what you thought about 1 minute ago. You get to decide now. The past doesn't influence the present only when you say it does. So choose now what you prefer. Stay there and just say to yourself, it doesn't matter what I feel. It doesn't matter what I think. I am unconditionally all the versions. I am unconditionally this, and I get to decide because I have ownership. I have full authority over my reality. My reality, it's me, it's my own consciousness. So why am I waiting when I can just be in a creative room and just have fun with myself and have joy and experiment and explore all my consciousness, all the different potentials? So I want you to take on this and go on your life and have fun, just like my clients are having. I'm just receiving so many amazing feedback, and even when I didn't receive amazing feedback with all the sessions I did, but even if I didn't, it's like, it doesn't matter. I trust the power of that person. I trust the creative power. I trust, and I know that the most important thing is taking in and really like taking it to your own and really understand, oh, I actually been waiting in a waiting room. Why? I can go and be in a creative room. I can have fun. I can choose and decide. I get to have fun and being in love with me, with my own energy. That's what my clients are telling me. And that's what I want everyone to experience, is being in love with themselves and being the most authentic version. And that means experiencing whatever thoughts and feelings they have and still deciding who they say they are. That's it. So this is a video of today, and if you do resonate with my energy and you like to work with me one-on-one, you can go to the link down below. I have a one single session called Identity Space, and then I have the Identity Space 4 sessions and 6 sessions. And this is a place where we are not like in loops, emotional loops. I take you for your own leadership. I take you and I reflect you where you're putting away your power, where you're putting yourself into the waiting room, and when you start really living the identity that you prefer. And you get to shift really your reality, because it's just your reality, it's your consciousness, it's your identity. It's the engine, the motor of your reality. So remember that. Nothing and no one gets to tell you who you are but yourself. Who you say you are is what matters, and you don't need to wait for anything to prove to yourself that you are something, because that is still taking away and giving your power to something that doesn't have any power. It gets to be you, only you.